I really hope that the first part of this video was helpful, and I really hope that you kind of had a couple of things to think about. The second part I'm going to talk about is things that I would usually take when I go on a first date. And these are generally things I don't think about. They're just things I automatically will put in my handbag, and they're things in pretty much most date situations I have had to use or have been useful, or essentials that you must take when you go on a first date. So the first thing obviously includes my handbag. So you definitely need to have a handbag of some kind, because you need somewhere to store your essentials, you need somewhere to put like your phone and stuff, and you definitely need to have a bag with you because you need to put your wallet and stuff in that. So the next thing I would say you need to take is makeup. I would usually not take my full load of makeup. The makeup I would usually take on a date is usually like a lip gloss or a lip balm. I would usually take a powder in case I get a little bit oily. I would usually take a lipstick as well, and I would generally take concealer in case it gets a little bit warm and you know things start to show through. Then I would usually take my powder and my concealer, like the main forms of makeup that I would take, but obviously I would take a brush to like apply them with, and with concealer I tend to use my finger. So I think concealer just in case it rubs off. Definitely a lip product because you might be eating or drinking, and I would definitely take a powder because you may get oily. I don't think for a first date you need to take anything more than that. Sometimes if you want to touch up on your blush or something you can take it, but I tend to keep it quite minimal when I'm going on a date. I've kind of included my money and my wallet separately, because I think with your wallet you need to take like obviously your ID, your bank card, you need to definitely take your money, because the date might be an arse and he might not pay. And I know this is really bad to like assume that the guy should pay, but I think that they probably should. The thing is, you're going to need your money anyway, because if you're getting there by train, you've got to get home. And if you're going out to a bar or something, you might need ID if you're going to buy a drink. Or, you know, just generally you should take your wallet, you should take your money, and you should have like identification and bank cards, like just in case you need anything. The next thing I would say is you have to take your mobile phone, and this is more like for emergencies rather than anything else, because I can't imagine why on a first date you would really need your phone unless you're showing him pictures or something like that. But I think definitely you definitely have to take your phone just for safety reasons. Also, you need to keep somebody on speed dial, because you need to have a friend or a family member or something on speed dial, and make sure that you've got easy access to ringing somebody. So if you need to go to the toilet and scream down the phone and get somebody to come pick you up, you definitely need to take your phone. Also, again, if he kidnaps you, you are going to need your phone to call somebody so that they can come and pick you up. These are just extra things that I always take on a date. So the first thing I always take is dental floss, and you don't want to go out for a meal and have like chicken stuck in your teeth. So if you can feel that really annoying bit of chicken, I'm the sort of person that would physically go in with my finger and pick out the chicken, like in a real life situation with my friends or my boyfriend. But on a first date, you cannot do that because that is disgusting. So if you have some dental floss with you, just means you can run to the toilet, get rid of that itty bit of chicken that you might be saving for later or might not, get it out of your teeth, and it will just mean that you're not sat there on your date thinking about this bit of chicken that's stuck in between your teeth. I am the sort of person that has used dental floss on dates, and I am not afraid to like go to the bathroom and use dental floss, because sometimes just having food stuck in your teeth is really, really, really embarrassing, and the date may not actually tell you. So the next thing you want to take, and these two sort of go hand in hand, I will always take like a little mini can of deodorant, and I will always take a perfume bottle as well. You don't always know how long your date's going to be. You don't always know where exactly you're going to go if it's a surprise date, and you may end up like walking around London or something, and you may get a little bit sweaty, or you may start to smell a little bit, especially if you haven't shaved your underarms. So I do think smelling nice is a really important thing. So I do think some sort of deodorant. You don't have to take both of these, but I would normally take the perfume over the deodorant, because if I put deodorant on in the morning, then I don't think I would necessarily need deodorant on later on, but I would definitely take some perfume. Like I said, you can take one or the other one. I would normally take both because I'm a little bit OCD like that, and I don't like bad smells. So I would definitely take a deodorant and a perfume in my bag. The next thing I would usually take is a hair brush or a hair tie of some kind, or some bobby pins. Usually when I go on a date, my hair would be down, or at least like have it in like a quiff so it's like half down. Sometimes on the day you get a little bit comfortable like I do, and then you just want to stick your hair up in a ponytail because it's much more comfortable. So what I would tend to do is, yeah, generally in the zip compartment in my bag I would usually have a hair tie, some bobby pins, and maybe like a mini hairbrush or something, so that I don't look like a complete hot mess by the time I see them. And usually my hair will kind of blow around on the underground or something if I'm getting there by train, and you just don't want to look like you've come dragged through a bush backwards. I really think it's important, like with your appearance, that you just make sure that your hair is done properly. And the last thing I would always take on a date is gum, because gum is just something that, number one, like chewing gum is always in my bag anyway. Like I always have chewing gum in every single handbag that I have. And again, it's not something I think about physically taking because it's already in my bag. But again, on a date, I will always have a piece of gum, whether it be after a meal or just when I get there, or I just don't like bad smells. If you're talking to somebody on a date, you should be talking, you know, you should have conversation. There should be some sort of interaction. If you're on a date and you're talking to them, like, you really need to have gum. If you're at a bar and you've had a drink, again, you don't want alcohol breath, and you do probably should have some. No one wants stinky breath. Like that's just what it is. The dental floss might be a little bit out there and might be a little bit excessive, but it isn't for me because I take dental floss on dates. And the gum is definitely something that needs to go with you absolutely everywhere. So these are my things that you must, or that I would always take on a first date. It doesn't mean you have to take all of these things. If you think of anything that I've missed out, then please comment in the description bar below. Blotting sheets are another good thing that you can take on a date if you don't want to take some sort of powder. But these are the things that I would usually take when I go on a first date. I hope this has been helpful, and if you kind of want the preparation for a first date, then watch the video before this, because I've done all the leg shaving, and hopefully your first dates go really well. Hopefully you've taken some of this on board, and I would love to know if you've had a first date and you've taken any of this advice. I would love to know how your first date went. So thank you very much for watching, and I will leave all my really bad dates in the links in the description bar below, so you can see how appalling some of my first dates actually went. But I'll see you guys soon, and I may do a makeup tutorial that I think is suitable for a first date. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.